Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. All trustees are present except for Trustee Guerrero Getch, who is supposedly on her way in. We'll just make note of that when she gets here. Karina, has the agenda been posted according to the open meeting law? Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Superintendent Parsons, would you mind leading us? Pledge of Allegiance. Flag. Thank you. Public comment. Members of the public who speak are asked to state their name for the record and will be limited to a uniform number of minutes. Board members may respond briefly to public comments, but cannot deliberate on matters that are not listed on the agenda. For matters on the agenda, the board will conduct public comment after discussion of each agenda action item, but before the board takes action. Summary of public comments will be noted in the minutes. Time limit is 3 minutes. Any public comment tonight? Okay, moving on. Number 6, review and adoption of agenda. I don't think we need to be flexible tonight.
I move to approve the agenda as posted.
Okay, I have a motion by Trustee McFadden, a second by Trustee Ghetto. Any public comment on the posting of the agenda? Seeing none, all in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Upcoming board events, as you can see, we're getting into graduation season. Your calendar should be filling up here between now and the rest of the year. Any questions on any of those? Okay, moving on to new business. A, for discussion of possible action, Superintendent Search Consultants, Modern Educate HR will brief the board on the work of the application review team. They will present information about the applicants they recommend for preliminary interviews, as well as general descriptions of other applicants. The board will take action to determine which of the applicants will be invited to the interview. We have Keith Lewis and Dr. David Jensen here tonight. Good, guys. Thank you.
There we go. All right. Got to be smarter than the mic. Good evening, and thank you for having us tonight. I want to start off just by, again, thanking the board for your trust in us through this process. And we are excited to be here tonight in front of you to take this next major step in the process to hopefully bring a great leader to Churchill County School District. Tonight is really just about who we are going to bring forward for interviews. So we will go through a presentation on all of the candidates, and then the board's action tonight is whether to accept our recommendations, modify those recommendations, or hopefully not completely reject those recommendations. So one of the asks was to just give a general kind of review of the candidates who were not selected, and we will not talk about them individually, obviously, because of the process being confidential unless they are brought forward as finalists. But I did want to at least speak to you as a board. So we received a total of 13 applications for the superintendent position. During the process, 2 applicants withdrew, one after accepting a position elsewhere and the other at their own request. Both withdrawals occurred prior to their scheduled screening interviews. Dave, Todd, and I conducted 45 to 60-minute Zoom screening interviews with the remaining 11 candidates under consideration. These interviews were designed to gather information related to each candidate's career path, motivation for seeking a new position, experience and fit for a rural school district and community, instructional leadership and student outcomes, leadership style, governance, and community dynamics, longevity and commitment considerations, as well as required vetting and process questions. As part of our standard search process, we also conducted comprehensive due diligence on all candidates, including a review of publicly available information and professional history, in addition to the structured interview process. This vetting, along with alignment to the leadership profile and district needs, informed our recommendations. The applicants who were not selected as finalists represent a diverse and experienced group of educational leaders from multiple states and professional backgrounds. Collectively, the group included individuals currently serving or previously serving as superintendents in small to mid-sized districts, building-level administrators, including high school and middle school principals, a district-level director overseeing multi-school programming and operational budgets, a current educational consultant with prior superintendent experience, and career educators with experience spanning elementary, middle, and high school levels. Experience levels range from long-tenured educators with nearly 3 decades in K-12 systems to administrators more recently entering district-level leadership roles. From an academic standpoint, the pool included candidates holding doctoral degrees in educational leadership, master's degree in educational administration and curriculum instruction, and bachelor's degrees in various instructional fields. Multiple candidates hold administrative licensure across more than one state. While the overall applicant pool was strong and included accomplished leaders, the recommended finalists that we bring before you tonight most closely aligned with the specific leadership profile, district context, and current needs identified for the Churchill County School District. Any questions? All right, we'll pass it over to Dr. Jensen.
Ben Parsons, do you have a drum so we can do a drum roll?
Sorry, no drum, and I'm not good at it.
All right, so thank you again, as Keith said, for the opportunity to be here tonight and to present the finalist names to you. I do want to note as we begin to cover the names that the presentation is going to be in alphabetical order. It is not to infer any type of rank order from your consultants. So just alphabetical order is how we're going to present them. So let's start with our first candidate, Natalie Burgess. Our first recommended finalist, Natalie Burgess of North Las Vegas, Nevada. She currently serves as the Associate Superintendent of Academics for Legacy Traditional School in Las Vegas, serving approximately 420 students. During her nearly 6 years with Legacy Traditional School, she served as Associate Superintendent, Leadership and Principal Coach and Principal. Prior to joining Legacy, she served for 2.5 years as a principal in the Clark County School District, where she led both Bailey Middle School and Hickey Elementary School in Las Vegas. She holds a Master's of Education and Educational Leadership from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. She also earned a multiple subject credential with a CLAD certification from St. Mary's College and a Bachelor's of Art in Psychology from the University of California, Berkeley. Moving on to our second candidate, Mr. Levi Collins, finalist from Cascade, Montana. Mr. Collins is currently in his 4th year as a superintendent of Cascade School District in Cascade, Montana, district serving approximately 300 students. Prior to his current role, he served for 4 years as principal of 10 Sleep Schools in 10 Sleep, Wyoming. He also served for 4.5 years in the Ogden School District in Ogden, Utah, where he held the roles of Dean of Students and Assistant Principal. Earlier in his career, he worked as a teacher and athletic director in the Ogden School District, as a science teacher in the Bighorn County School District No. 2, Lavelle, Wyoming. Mr. Collins holds a Master of Education in Educational Leadership from the University of Wyoming and is currently completing his doctoral program with only his dissertation remaining. He also earned a second Master of Education in Educational Leadership and a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Wyoming. Third recommendation is Blake Cooper of Fallon, Nevada. Mr. Cooper is currently in his 5th year as principal of Fernley Intermediate School in the Lyon County School District, where the school he serves approximately 650 students. Prior to his current role, he served for 3 years as principal of Yerington Elementary School in Yerington, Nevada. Earlier in his career, he spent 10 years at Veterans Memorial STEM Academy in the Washoe County School District, where he progressed from paraeducator to classroom teacher, serving students in grades 2 through 6, including English learner and reading instruction. Mr. Cooper holds a Master of Education in Educational Leadership from the University of Nevada, Reno, a Bachelor of Science in Elementary and Special Education from UNR. Our fourth finalist recommendation is Michael Walker of Fernley, Nevada. As you all know, Mr. Walker is currently serving in his 1st year as your Assistant Superintendent here in Churchill County School District. Prior to joining Churchill County, he served for 6 years as principal of Sutro Elementary in Dayton, Nevada. Earlier in his career, he spent 12 years with the Carson City School District, where he served as an elementary assistant principal, dean of students, and a 3rd grade teacher. He also served as an English language learner teacher in Lyon County and worked for 2 years with the state of Nevada as coordinator for homeless education and Title I EP. Mr. Walker holds an educational specialist degree in school administration from the University of Nevada, Reno. He earned a Master's of Education in Curriculum Teaching and Learning, Elementary, and a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from the University of Nevada, Reno, as well as an Associate of Arts in General Studies from Truckee Meadows Community College. Our final recommendation for you tonight is Mr. Brett Zanto of Helena, Montana. Mr. Zanto is currently in his 13th year as a principal of Capitol High School in Helena Public Schools in Helena, Montana. Capitol High School serves approximately 1,385 students. Prior to that role, he served for 6 years as assistant principal at Helena High School. Earlier in his career, he served for 7 years as a teacher, including roles as a social studies teacher at Capitol High School, an 8th grade English and social studies teacher at Chief Joseph Middle School in Bozeman, Montana, and a social studies teacher at Flaxville Outlook Schools in Flaxville, Montana. Mr. Zanto holds superintendent licensure from the University of Montana. He earned a Master of Education in Educational Leadership from Montana State University, and a Bachelor of Science in Social Studies, Broadfield English from Montana State University. As we conclude tonight, the 5 finalists presented to you this evening, Natalie Burgess, Levi Collins, Blake Cooper, Michael Walker, and Brett Zanto, represent a highly experienced and well-rounded group of educational leaders. Collectively, they bring experience as a sitting superintendent, an assistant superintendent, long-serving high school and elementary principals, and district-level instructional leaders. Their backgrounds span rural and mid-sized districts across Nevada, Montana, Wyoming, and Utah. Among them, you will find proven experience in instructional leadership, fiscal oversight, strategic planning, community engagement, governance collaboration. Several have led schools and districts through measurable improvement efforts, organizational transitions, long-term culture building. Academically, the group includes doctoral level preparation, educational specialist credentials, and advanced degrees in educational leadership. Each finalist brings a different leadership style and professional journey, but all 5 align with the leadership profile and district needs you identified at the beginning of the process. We're confident that the candidates before you are fully capable of leading Churchill County School District. Look forward to supporting you as you determine the best fit for Allen, Nevada, Churchill County School District. Thank you. Any questions?
Anybody, any of you guys have any questions? I guess I would like to recap, if we make the motion to accept whatever we accept here, next steps, just for us and for the public. I'd like to kind of hear where we're going between now and March 26th.
So I think the next steps would obviously, if accepted, then we would be working with the district to set up what those, what the interview looks like, and we discussed that at our last meeting. We wanted to reinforce what that looks like in terms of whether you want panels or you just want site visits and interviews. We are, obviously, you're going to get additional information with the posting. You'll actually have the opportunity then to see the entire application packet. So tonight is about deciding who we're going to interview and then setting that process for what we agreed upon in March 26th interviews. What is there more to that question that you're wondering?
No, I think you're good. I just kind of want to recap for everybody.
Yeah, okay.
One thing we're going to have to clarify, and you got a copy of what you did during your last, it has been updated for the upcoming time. This gives you an idea, this wasn't what you did before? Oh, they don't have it, okay. This is for us. But this information mirrors what you did when you superintendent search. It was quite robust. You had district programs, comptroller, union leadership, administration meetings. They called it board member interviews in the pit, and then the tours of the various schools. And then you had a rating sheet. So we wanted to check to see if you wanted to do that level of a site visit or if you wanted to do something formal. That's your discretion.
Is there any way we can get a copy of that maybe to look at, or?
Yeah, we could go make some right now and hand them out as long as we make them available to the public at the same time.
I mean, I listened, but I'm not sure I heard. Anybody else have any questions while they're making a copy, or?
Not a question, but a comment. I did hear from some people that they really liked when staff, that we did do those, visits. Yeah.
I would say I support that level of interaction or diving right in as well.
Well, I'm kind of thinking as well that for each candidate that comes in and they're able to go around to the schools and they are able to see if we're a fit for them as well. So I really think that that's a bonus for everybody.
I mean, I guess I'd like to say if a person's never been to Fallon, Nevada, I think it's kind of important they spend a night, at least a night here. I mean, it could be a little bit of a culture shock.
And I'll add for a little clarity on, with the last schedule, we did all those things, and then, there were ratings or people were able to fill out, feedback. And they provided that feedback. That was then collected, and if I remember correctly, it was posted. And if you remember, interviews were over a 2-day process. And then the next day, the meeting was at the middle school for the final round of interviews and for the board to determine. And that allowed that opportunity for the feedback to be collected from the different groups as they went through. And as you see that, there was the district programs, the comptroller, the union leadership, and administration, and they were all able to provide feedback. And I don't see it, it is on this that you'll get. Also, there was a community forum that the finalists went through, and the community offered feedback, which was then provided to the board that night in an upload that the board had access to for the meeting the next day.
It's intense. I know it's an intense process, but it's important, vitally important. And so it's important that we include our stakeholders so that they can see and have an opportunity to speak. In the end, we make the decision, but it's nice when stakeholders have an opportunity, and it's important.
Does anyone remember, did the board get the results from the panel interview feedback?
Yes, they received, that was uploaded. Afterwards, it was provided to the board. And if I remember correctly, I think that a representative from each of the groups provided the board with an update. Like they spoke to the board and provided an update, if I remember correctly. I wasn't sitting in here for the process, so, but I think that's what happened after that. So really, as we think about it, the time to do this, I think the board might consider that there might be two options with this. 26th is a Thursday, so the process with the 27th is the district has a professional development day that day. So there's no students in school; it's professional development day. But part of the process with some of the things could start on Wednesday and have input for the board on Thursday is a possibility. It could be organized that way as well. It might not have to be the same order like it was done last time, but it could still be part of the process. But to start that and have that feedback, and the board could have that feedback prior to their initial interview. That's what the board would like to do.
I was not a part of this last time, so
when they go to the schools, is it just like to do a site visit? Do they actually get to interact with the students and the teachers? Because I do think that that's important to know how they interact with our students as well as our staff.
And Corinne did just tell me that, the feedback was given, there was a summary made. So Deborah made a summary and provided that to the board. With the feedback.
Gerald's would have been a little bit different because he knew everybody and knew every school. Kind of different than an outsider walking in saying, how do you say the name of Hutton? I'm game for as much as we can get them out there, public to the schools. I don't know if we can pull that off. And what do you guys think? Can you do that on the 26th? Can we get through this whole process, or does it have to be a 25th, 26th?
I think it would be, just looking at the groups, I think it may be challenging only in the sense that we're going to start interviewing at 1, and you're going to have some groups that are working, may not be available till in the early evening. So if this is a model that you're wanting to look at, I would recommend then that we maybe do this over Wednesday, Thursday, and really emphasize on that Wednesday of the site visits. Gives us an opportunity then in that evening to put together feedback that we get from the different groups, and then be able to have that at the start before you start your interviews, rather than sat through 5 interviews and now you've got additional information that you got to go through prior to making a decision. So we can certainly make ourselves available. The 27th might be a little bit challenging for our group, but we can certainly make 25th and 26th work if it works for you.
My hope would be 25th, 26th, because hopefully at the 26th, by the end of the day, we only need one person to show up to PD. Any more questions for these guys, or go ahead?
Not a question. I was just going to move to approve the 5 finalist candidates.
We have Trustee McFadden made a motion, Trustee Whitaker made a second. Any more board discussion or public discussion on moving? Yes.
No, we're just talking, and again, I've communicated with the board, just as a reminder too, and we'll let this process play out. Obviously, in the process, we're aware that candidates may be applying for other positions, and so we'll have to be flexible and fluid in this. What we were talking about is if you had a desire for us to bring an alternative if someone were to drop out, but I think in our conversations, I don't know that I'd be comfortable doing that.
And I would have to agree with you guys. We have not seen them. Let's not. We'll just go to 4, or I guess it could be 3. We don't even have to take somebody that given night if it does. Any more board or public discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that moves us on to, public comment. Members of the public who speak are asked to state their name for the record and will be limited to a uniform number of minutes. Board members may respond briefly to public comment. We cannot deliberate on matters that are not listed on the agenda. Any public comment? Okay, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
President,
Yes, go ahead.
I just had a question. Do you now need to take action to extend that interview date from the 26th only to the 25th and 26th? I will defer to you, but.
I think we would. We are not actually meeting.
Okay. Yep.
We're going with
Good call.
corrections.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys very much.